A short story by Paul McCann, The Giraffe with the Big Eyes. Some say the earthquake started the panic that began the stampede. It was awesome. A huge wave of wild beasts spanned the horizon and trampled everything in its path. The noise of terrified animals shrieking in fear shattered across the sky tundra, covered in dust, as the stampede moved toward a distant sun that tried to shine through an overcast smoky sky. A small giraffe, who had lost its parents in the middle of the madness, made its way to a mountain path. Engulfed by fear, she clambered up the rocky road until she came to a fertile patch on the mountainside. Covered in bracken and long grass, the giraffe began to munch away at this new supply of fodder. It was then, as she ate, she discovered a large cave that had been hidden by some overgrowth. Feeling sad and alone, the little giraffe entered inside the large cave and was able to gather her thoughts after the stampede. Once inside the cave's presence, the giraffe heard this soft dripping sound up ahead and decided to see what it was. A shaft of light shone down from somewhere up above, and the mountain cave was glistening with a natural wonder. There were frozen water crystals that hung from the roof. They looked like long icy fingers that pointed to a lake that lay as still as a mirror. The giraffe saw a reflection of herself and was horrified by her huge eyes that stuck out of her head. "Oh, why didn't anyone tell me I was a freak?" she thought. "I can never go out looking like this," she said. And so the giraffe remained inside the cave. She refused to leave and ended up staying there for a long time. Each day she looked out the cave's entrance and watched the birds fly through the sky, and often wished that she could be like them and fly away. She came to terms with the loss that she had, and even got rid of the hard-done-by stigma that she carried. She was able to eat well enough and sleep well enough. In fact, she could have lived there for the rest of her life, but there was something missing in her life. The thing she needed most was some company. Day by day, she wrestled thoughts in her head. Eventually, the giraffe had come to a decision, and she realized that she had to leave the cave. At first, she thought of how unfair it was to have these very big eyes. And then she got angry, and she started to think about what people in the world might say about her. The little giraffe had grown a lot since first coming in the cave. Now she was strong and healthy, and able to sum up enough courage in the outlook of returning to the world. Her attempt to face this challenge, and she said aloud, "If anyone ever looks at my eyes with scorn, I'll trample him to death." Then she said, "I'm afraid of no one and nobody, and they better stay out of my way." The giraffe had a lot of pent-up anger to unload. "As soon as they see me, they will laugh, but if they do, I'll kick them, and I will bite them, and I will slam them to the ground, and then they'll be sorry." After unlocking some of her deep emotions, the hurt began to leave her, and then she grasped the reality of life as it was. It was going to be difficult, but she knew that the world would just have to accept her as she was, with her huge, big, poppy-eyed eyes. That is the way she came into the world, and there was nothing anyone could do about that, and she couldn't change who she was. She left the cave, and she made her way down the mountain, where she came to a road that stretched out for miles. Along the road she met a friendly man who spoke to her. "Ah, hello, my friend. What kind of beast might you be?" "I'm a giraffe." "Of course you are. My name is John, and let me tell you. Have you got a name?" Yes, John, you can call me Poppy," came the reply. "Poppy, tell me where you're going." "No place in particular, just out into the world. I want to see what it's like." "That sounds very interesting," said John. Don't you notice anything about me, John? Something different? Don't know. What do you mean? You see, I'm blind. And I've never seen the wonders of this world. Tell me, is it pretty? The giraffe stepped back. Well, John, I never understood. I'm sorry. Tell me, Giraffe. They say the sky is blue and the sun is gold. But I, who have never seen colour, can't imagine what it's like. Can you explain to me how the world is? The giraffe closed her eyes and thought deeply and said, the world is happy and sad. It's hard and it's soft, big and small. Everything in the world is only one colour, the colour of life. Just look inside your heart and you can find that world, John. It's a brave world with all kinds of things. These things will come to you, I hope. I must go now. Goodbye, John. Oh, thank you, my friend. Goodbye. A little further down the road, the giraffe came to a school, and there were children playing outside. So the giraffe decided to go and say hello. She walked over to the fence and stretched her long neck over to eat some of the young grass on the ground, and the school children immediately all ran excitedly over to say hello. The giraffe seemed puzzled and said, "Hello there. Aren't you frightened of me?" All the children looked up and said, "No, why should we be frightened?" came the reply. "Can't you see my big puppy-out eyes?" the giraffe replied. And the answer came back, "No. Come on, look at them. They're huge," said the giraffe. "No, just normal-looking eyes," the school children said. The giraffe seemed shocked and said, "But I seen them in a reflection." What are you looking at? One of the children said. And the giraffe said, "A crystal that hung from a roof in a cave." "You silly giraffe. Don't you know about refractions? In a crystal, things reflect a larger image than normal." "What?" came the answer. "Your eyes are normal," came the reply. "Oh, I don't know what to say. How can I ever thank you?" said the giraffe. "Well, you could bring some of your friends, put on a circus for the village, or a show. They're going to shut down our school unless we can get some repairs done. Maybe you could help by getting some money. We could save our school," said some of the children. "Okay, leave it to me," said the giraffe, who ran off to round up some friends. When the giraffe told some other animals the story about the cave, the school, the lions, said that they would do anything to save the town for the kids. They would do a lion taming show. The zebras also promised to perform with monkeys on their backs, and elephants also promised they would join in and have a parade for people. The giraffe found John, the blind man, who wanted also to help and offered to be the ringmaster of the circus. On the first performance, the circus made enough money to carry out the repairs that were needed, and with lots of help from the village people, the circus was a huge success, and the school soon was renovated and rebuilt and named after the giraffe, Puppy's Public School. And there were people that were so proud of what the giraffe and the other animals had done. And the giraffe returned to the fold and soon was running with her head held up high in the world. The end.